Hello mates, you're welcome to Glorious Sewing. Please do like, subscribe, and drop your question in the comment section. Here my fabric is already folded into two. I'm going to start by drawing our starting point line. So with a rule, draw your starting point line. I'm using a white chalk here, so I'm trying to make it visible. But yeah, I hope you can see it. So you're going to making it of a shoulder width of 3 by 3 inches. But here I'm using 3.5. I use 3.5 or 3 inches, depending on how you want it, but I prefer using 3.5 inches for a little bit ease on the neckline. So I marked vertical 3.5 and horizontal 3.5, after which I'm going to be squaring it and then creating my neck curve. You're going to be placing your shoulder measurement divided by 2. Your shoulder divided by 2. You're going to place it plus an extra half inches for joining the sleeve to the shoulder. Yes. And then for the shoulder slope, you're going to be coming down by 1.5 inches. And then going to be connecting it to our neck points. So here we're going to be marking our armhole depth. For armhole depth, we're going to be using our bust measurement divided by 6 plus 2 inches. Bust divided by 6 plus 2 inches. And then from that 1.5 inches we came down by from our shoulder measurements. We're going to place our tape from that 1.5 inches, and then we're going to be marking our armhole depth plus an extra half inches for joining. So in order to have a straight line before covering out our armhole depth, we're going to take the same measurement we place on our shoulder. We're going to bring it down, then create a straight line before covering in your armhole depth. Yeah. So create a straight line, connect it, and then find the midpoint of the shoulder depth. Create a mark there, and then on that midpoint, you're going to be coming in by 0.75. With this, you're going to be connecting it to get your armhole curve from the tip of the shoulder to 0.5 inches. And here you're going to be measuring and taking out your bust circumference. Your bust divided by 4 that I placed there, and I'm using a seam allowance of 1.5 inches. I'm sewing allowance of 1.5 inches. So I marked my 1.5 inches sewing allowance. So bust divided by 4 plus by 1.5 inches sewing allowance. So that I'm going to be connecting that to it to have a perfect armhole curve. And that's it for it. So here we continue with our other vertical measurements. Our half length, from our shoulder to our half length, and then we're going to be, this is our half length, that is our waist point. Then your waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches for sewing allowance that I marked here, and then we're going to be connecting it together. So I later decided to make a gown to be a free gown, so I added an extra 1.5 inches to the bust as well as to the waist to make create an ease. Yeah, I decided not to make it to be a tight fitted gown. So I then insert 1.5 inches to the bust and to the waist, and that I connected it to have that line. That's it. Placing your tape rule at the shoulder line at a certain point line, you take it down to have your full length. So mark your full length, mark, and then keep adjusting your tape to the side to have a straight line. So adjust your tape to the side, to the sides, and mark your full length. I'm sorry I wasn't able to capture that, and then we're going to be connecting it together. From the thumbnail, you already found out that it's a A-line gown. So I'm going to extend my line vertically to that, and then going to be cutting it out, and that's your front pattern. So to continue with the cutting of the back, fold the fabric into two, and then with the edge of your front pattern, you're going to be cutting out your back. So place the front already cut out and the folded material, and here we're going to be marking out our half length, like our back half length. The measurement I'm using 16.5, so I'm going to use your own measurement, and I'm extending the neck up because the front is 3 by 3, but for the back you will be coming down by 1 inches or 1.5 inches, depending on how you want it. So yeah, so for the neck depth of the back, we just connect it to have a straight line. So you're going to start there to have your measurements. So I marked my 1.5 inches for the neck depth, connected it together. We'll be using 1 inches for our zipper allowance. So at the neckline, mark your 1 inches. So you're going to be indicating your back length at the other side. So at the other side, that is the side back. Just indicate your back length, half length there. That is going to be a guide for your zipper allowance. So with a ruler, I'm going to be connecting that 1 inches the came out from your neckline to the waist. See how slant it is, and then don't worry, it's how we did not add 1 inches for the zipper allowance at the waist, but that 1 inch is going to add it to the waist as our side back. So when sewing it, you're going to add your zipper allowance, 1 inch zipper allowance, and it's going to pull it to the center back. Yeah, and then we are marking our hip length. So from your hip length, come out by 1 inches again. Come out by 1 inches. So now you came out by 1 inches at the hip, you came out by 1 inches at the neck. I'm going to connect into the back waistline vertically. I'll be slanting as shown in the video, and then going to continue adding your 1 inches allowance to the end of the gown. I'm sorry my video wasn't able to get it clearly, but yeah, I hope the explanation does. So you keep adding your 1 inches until you get to the end of the center back. Then you connect it all together. So for that waist, you see that line we drew by the side, you're going to add in that 1 inches there. Just take your 1 inches at the center back and then connect it to your bust and straight to your hip. Get just connect it as the same you do, or you can use your ruler to connect it. Because of the fabric, I'm using a free hand for it. The fabric is somehow shaky. It's light. It's a light fabric, so you know how light fabric does. So yeah, just connect it, and that is it. And so to this, we are going to be cutting out our back measurement, our back, and that is it. So take the measurement of your armhole, and that's going to be a guide to cutting your sleeve. And then here, because the fabric is light, I said to cut a lining to it, and the lining I came up by 5 inches, so the length is not exactly the length of the gown. And here I'm going to be cutting our sleeve. This is a full sleeve length, and I'm using 24 inches for my length. You can adjust as preferred. So I came down by 4.5 inches, and then I'm going to be placing the measurement that we got from the round sleeve measurement that we took from the gown that we already cut out, and try and confirm the measurement by taking it round, just as it took it round on the gown. Since it's a free gown, it's a free sleeve, I'm going to connect it slightly to the hem of the sleeve, and that is it for our sleeve. And I'm going to be cutting it out. So down to the sewing machine. So these are all the fabrics that we cut out: the lining, the sleeve, the gown, everything. So we're going to start with the sleeve, with the lining. And for the lining, we're going to be marking the front and back, just avoid mistakes, especially the back pattern that is in two pieces. And then you're going to be hemming the down parts before trying to turn the main fabric with it. So we're going to be hemming it down. So here we're going to be turning our neckline. So the fronts of the material facing the front of the lining, I'm going to be hemming it down. So with the aid of my pin, I'm going to be holding it together, because material is a light fabric, it's very sleepy. You can even do that even if it's a thick fabric, just to have everything laid flat and in place for you to be able to work smoothly. Especially if you're a beginner, even if you're advanced, still try using this method. So I'm hemming the neckline by half inches, 0.5 inches, and then I'm going to be trimming off the excess. The excess line is showing at the neckline. Then you're going to create a notch because it's a round neckline, and pull your this thing to the side and top stitch the neckline. And the same thing for the back. So the back here I videoed it well. So you're going to be hemming the neckline. So the clip is lost for the front pattern. So just pin needle, sew by half inches, and then top stitch the neckline after having your cut for ease on the neckline. So for the side front, I've also turned the side with the lining by 0.5 inches, and then going to be flipping it to the right side of the fabric. Yeah, to the right side. And so you can see that the neckline is not stitched already. So because we're going to have a draping at the front, so you're going to be doing it like this. So I'm going to be joining the fabric to the lining, make it to be one piece by using my machine to sew it, make it to be a one piece. And then you're still going to give the neck a neat finishing. You're going to say I'm going to turn the neck to have a neat finishing there. So just stitch it together to have a one piece to enable us to do our draping properly. So for our draping, this is material I'm going to be draping with. As you can see, I joined it at the center front. I just wanted my draping to be full, so you can do as preferred. And then we're going to be hemming the edges. So I'm done hemming the edges here. So we're going to start with our draping proper. Just so as I'm doing it, so I pinched in some fabric inside so that the edge will not be showing, and I'm starting my draping. I came off of the neckline by 0.25 or half inches. By 0.25, I came out by 0.25, and then with my pin, I'm going to be draping it on flat surface. So you pin it down, you create a pleat, pin it down, you create a pleat, pin it down. Yeah, so that's how to drape on flat surface. Just follow as I'm doing it. So you keep arranging it as preferred. So just keep arranging it based on the number of pleats you want and how full you want your pleats, how full you want your drape to be. So I kept arranging it until I got what I desire. I'm going to continue the pleating on the other side. So from my neck depth, I want it to come down by 6 inches. I want the drape to start from 6 inches. So here, I'm trying to make it start from there, like the fall of my draping. You start from 6 inches, and then you're going to be adjusting it at the shoulder. Just put the excess up and continue your draping. So now for sewing machine, I'm going to be using a stitch to hold it down. As you're stitching, make sure that your pleat is not folded, like the edges are still laying flat, like are still where you want it to be, not folded at the tips. So with the sewing machine, sew it down and take out your pin. Just sew, take out your pin, sew, take out your pin, and that is it. For a proper neck finishing, I'm going to be placing the right side of the front and back together. Just observe carefully, place it together, and then with your pin, I'm going to pin using your pin as a guide, like it's going to be helping you. Just pin the tip together, tip of the front and the back together, and then open up the lining. Use your pin to hold it together, hold the front and back together, and then as I flipped open your lining, flip it to the back so that after sewing it, the seam allowance of the neck region will not be, the shoulder will not be showing at all. So flip it like that. Can use a pin to hold it very well, and then to your sewing machine, sew it down by 1/2 inches, and that is it. I'm going to be repeating the same process for the other side of the shoulder. So that is it, and here I've added my zipper to the center back, and yeah, we're remaining to add that's our draping. See how it's falling, very beautiful. So we're going to add in our sleeve to it. So we're going to add in our sleeve, so in our sleeve to the both side. So I've added my sleeve to the two sides. So I've added my sleeve, so it's next is to hem it. You can see how the neck region is looking smooth. It's not showing the joint and the neck region. See how smooth it is, very neat, and neat finishing. And then for the armhole line, you can use your hemming along your weaving machine to weave it, or your scissor machine, and then you're going to be shaping the two sides. So that is it for our gown. And for the sleeve hem and gown hem, I use a fishing line for it. You can just hem it in normal way. So see you in the next video. Drop your comments, ask your questions in the comment section. I'll be there. On to the next one. Bye.